I need y'all to wake up. Thank you, YouTube. I need all my late nighters to wake up. So y'all come in. You know, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. But we're going to talk about um, everything is allegedly for. So if y'all woke, please come in and join our live, okay? All right. Only those who want to be him who've been with me for 100 days with the Young Thug trial and who want. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I need you to work with me. Come on now. Come on. I don't have time for this. Now, we're looking at an attorney um, that that volunteer to do doing them a favor. It was the young lady that I'm so glad and I'm so happy that she got out of it. You know what I mean? Because I'm feeling sorry for her at the trial, the way they was doing her. And this is the buddy. This is the person that she was doing the favor about. Now I am curious about what's going on. She new to YouTube and they getting their live stream. They open up their platform to participate like us. Okay, for this is John Melnick, the attorney that was representing Lil Woody, and here is attorney Kayla with her cash out up here. Now something here on YouTube like but
It's who everybody wants to know it.
Great. How about you?
Doing good. Look at all the green hearts you're getting.
Great. All right. Well, what do you want to know? What is it?
okay, and you notice she told everyone to put in a green heart, and of course she was representing Woody. Green is slime. Okay, you wouldn't think. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's. Uh, uh, I guess I've been following the trial so long, and then I just feel like it's just so much confusion. I would have never thought that attorneys that was on the Young Thug case would be on YouTube at this time when there's still an open case. Okay, even though she's not the attorney for Young Thug, I'm just surprised to see her with a YouTube channel where they do what they want to do. And over here, and then you got the attorney that have time enough to come to YouTube to a platform live, but he didn't have time to represent Lil Woody. I'm trying to figure out things, y'all. I just don't know. I just
Can you first tell everybody that you do not hate me?
Of course not. Absolutely not. You were doing
I
your.
mean I'm hearing loudness. Auntie's attorney loud like this, you know. This attorney right here is supposed to be a slime.
Okay, everybody's been in the transcript that I did not stand up for Booty, and I did not say anything, and I let the state badger him, and I did not protect his rights. And I have been telling them that what they wanted to do, and off the record, I talked to our client, which would not be in the transcript.
Right.
But could you explain to them what a stand-in attorney?
Like my role
Okay, let's do.
in this case. I had represented Kenneth for a while, and when the state surprisingly was intending to call him as a witness without speaking with me beforehand, I notified them that Kenneth didn't want to testify. We had in front of Judge Glanville. Glanville said we were going to convene the hearing on Monday. Well, Monday, that board, all Kenneth wants to do is take the fifth, and then all this happened.
Okay, and then another thing people have been just bashing me about is if Melnick was there, he would have never let this meeting go on.
Well, and I mean, this is a first of its kind type of thing that I've ever seen anywhere. So I don't know that any types of issues that you were presented with that day, something.
Now, first of all, it was your fault. Okay. So I don't even know what was going on with you and Glanville, on what went on in between you and Glanville. But you knew you wasn't going to be there Monday. You knew you wasn't going to be there Monday, and you know what kind of case you was dealing with on the other side, okay? But you stuck in, and who really don't know where to stand it, okay? So it kind of like she was set up. The ex parte was set up. And I don't know, now, by you not coming back, I'm not sure that you know about the ex parte. Or did you know that what was going to happen, what might going to happen? Because you saw the confusion in the courtroom, but you left your clients. You left your client by himself, even though you had a fill in. Y'all did her wrong. I really think that she was mistreated, and that's not fair. Because you didn't come back, and Lil Woody was looking for you. You are one of the important key, and then you said that you was gonna press talk. You know, you was upset with Miss Love, but now you seem like a different person right here.
Something that I never would have anticipated. I certainly anticipated that the state was going to try to get Kenneth to testify, but I never would have anticipated that you would have been summoned into a courtroom in front of a judge with a court reporter and several deputies and both prosecuting attorneys, or all the prosecuting attorneys, and that this would have happened. I've never heard of it happening before, and neither has anybody else.
Okay, so you don't have to answer this. I think we talked about this. You can say no. Okay, but this is what we're gonna do, Melnick. You got 3 questions I'm gonna ask you, right? So
okay.
One, you can plead the fifth on one. You can give forced immunity on one. And the third one you gotta answer, okay?
All right, let's go.
Okay. Everybody wants to know, did you file the bar complaint on Adrian?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened you? What happened you? You stood up in front of the television, up to right here, national TV, and said that what you was gonna do to Adrian. So was it fake? Was everything, was this fake? What's going on? So that made me feel like you allegedly knew what was going to happen, because you didn't file a complaint on Adrian like you said you was. And why didn't you? Why you have not filed a complaint on Adrian? Something's just not right, y'all. I don't care what nobody say, something's still not right with this. I think it's more going on in this than we think. It seemed like a stage. Everything is just like a stage to me, like it was staged. And they left her out. Then to me, it seemed like she was still left out there part of the ex parte because she didn't know nothing about it. But I think you might know the little bit of what's going on because you didn't file a complaint.
Well, now you got 3 more. You gotta go. Okay, so no bar complaint.
Yes.
On Adrian. Okay, everybody wants to know, did you really send Adrian an email that says F you?
So it's very misunderstood, okay? I didn't just say F you, all right? Here's the context. I had sent an email, and I'm not looking at the emails right now, so this is not verbatim. I had sent an email saying, Miss Love send me a response saying Mr. Steele's client and Mr. Shart's client, which is an implication, which is essentially the worst thing you could ever accuse an attorney, a criminal defense attorney, of doing. So I wrote her back and I said, if that's what you think that I'm doing, if you think I'm doing anything other than protecting,
I mean,
then you can go F yourself.
you see what I mean? You talking about attorneys here, okay? You're talking about attorneys that experience represented Ken Copeland before, and he had this kind of conversation with Miss Adrian, email, I guess. A situation like this, I am just surprised that he left Kenneth Copeland hanging, his client hanging like this. That's the only thing I can't understand. Why did he leave Kenneth hanging like this? Still, I just can't believe it. Because he didn't come back. And then the judge kept on saying, oh, no, I don't think he's coming back. I don't know. We don't.
Those were my my exact words. Maybe not the best choice of words I've ever used. So anyway, but I did send the infamous email.
Okay, and so we just thank you so much for coming on here. What do you think is going to happen with this trial being on pause? Do you think that Judge Cross should recuse herself, or how do you feel about what's next?
Well, I think the case should go to somebody outside of Fulton County.
I do too.
Somebody who does not have an ongoing professional relationship.
Now, he said something that makes sense. Not too late because really they haven't did anything. They haven't, the witness that the state has hadn't really proved anything. So really it's not like y'all missed out on anything. So I agree with him, agree very much with him on that standard right there.
With Judge Glanville and with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, I think they need to bring a judge in from outside the county to hear the motion to recuse.
Do you think that if this goes to the Fulton, if this trial were to go anywhere other than Fulton County, that these guys would get a fair trial?
Whew, that's a tough one.
That's right.
You mean Jeffrey Williams and everybody else, would they get a fair trial if they were transferred out of Fulton County?
Yeah.
Whew. I'm trying to think of where cases, if there's ever been a change of venue out of with comparable demographics. And one county
is Savannah. I don't think that it should go there. I don't think it should go to have her a young thug case. Heard a young thug. What's going on in a young place to have it? Savannah is not a good Chatham County.
And would they get a fair trial in Savannah? I don't know. It's a really good question. It's really hard to say. I think they get a fair trial. Whether they get the outcome they want is a different story.
All right. Well, we know everybody. Attorney Melnick is preparing for a murder trial that's going out on Monday, so we can't take too much of his time. But we want to say thank you so much for coming on here. You are the missing piece to the whole story. Everybody's question is Melnick still in Alaska with the non-refundable? Okay, guys. So we heard from Melnick.
Now I'm glad that Kayla asked those questions. And you know, and if she's the only, she along with the defense attorney are the two attorneys that I feel that was cheated in the Young Thug case, and I'm glad that she off because the way she was treated, I don't think it's fair. She was treated fairly with either Attorney Melnick nor with Judge Glansville. So I'm glad for this young lady. Now let's get back with the program.
Melnick threw Kayla under the bus. You see that he came on here and he showed out. He even even answered the question about the email. So
Really, he ain't show out for you, Kayla. He showed out for himself.
we want to just say thank you to Melnick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So next, let's get another good question. A good question, guys. Why do you guys keep asking?
Mm.
Let's get another good question. A good question, guys.
What's the transcript change? How about that? I'm surprised ain't nobody asked her no question about it. Was they working on it right then and there? You know, let's go here. Oh Lord, I know she ain't got him on there.
So we gotta protect Woody. We don't want anything to come of this. But what questions do you have for Woody? Did you fire me for real?
See, she like y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. It's more like a laughing moment for them, and these boys' life is still on the road map. Okay.
Have they released you, or do you still have to go back?
They better release me.
Have they released you, or did they say they may call to ask you some more?
On YouTube, but Woody is so smart. I he know not to laugh in people's face. He know the fakeness. He know how to be careful. Cause they having a fun. They still having fun with this. But this boy know this the real street man right here. And it's nothing funny laughing on here, laughing with no attorney, no laughing with no judge. No, it's not nothing funny right now, because this is real serious situation right here. See, it's not about, oh, let's go ahead and have a YouTube channel and put our cash out up there and let's have fun. Maybe that'll get Willie to talk this much and don't trust nobody because your attorney left you in the hand of Miss Kayla, who was locked out of a whole lot of things. So I won't say too much with it. I don't trust nobody right now.
Do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing on here, so I can't.
Well, first, we shouldn't be dropping no kind of green hearts, no kind of hearts right now, even though you're supposed to be representing him. This is a real case. This is a real case, Kayla. You shouldn't be talking about this case, saying nothing about this case. Nothing. Woody, don't you say nothing, Woody. This social media, anything you say will be held against you. Yeah, you're doing good. Don't say nothing.
Green heart.
You got no green heart. You know how these people play. You put a white heart on them.
I love green. That's my
See what I mean? See? Thank you, Woody. Now let me go back to Woody. I glad Woody said what he said, so y'all won't think I was trying to be funny. I was glad when Woody said, hold on. Hold on, let me take this back. I was glad when Woody said, don't tell them to put on green heart, put a white heart, because you know how people are. Listen to what I'm saying. I have a problem with them putting green hearts too. Don't even put no kind of heart down there. Say don't just say put. Don't mention hearts. Period.
You got time to talk about some things in the transcript, Woody?
Trying to see me back to jail?
No, in the transcript.
Thank you, Woody. That's right, Woody. What they trying to send you back to jail? See, what ain't stupid. You know, he's not crazy at all. He know not to talk about that transcript. Don't say nothing with you. Trying to get your neck hung. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you Public records my foot. Don't you say nothing. Boy.
Yeah, but you know how they plan it.
I'm just gonna talk about one thing. One thing. One thing. I help you in that room, and I let them badger you, and that I did not protect you. Is that how you felt that day? I'm just asking you. Is that how you felt, or do you feel like the same thing that day?
You know what's going on, right?
Yes.
You know how it played out, right?
Know how it played out.
Listen, Woody. Don't answer the question. Don't answer.
Right. So that's his
Well,
answer.
answer the question for me. Tell him. You can speak for me on that. Tell him.
Well, I trust her.
Self-explanatory. You know me, man. They probably come kick my door in the morning. They try to get me.
Okay, Woody, well, we won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for joining us. Everybody say thank you to Mr. Copeland.
Thank you for Mr. Copeland for not opening up your mouth.
Take care. And, hey, don't stop. Don't be trying to prove yourself to people. They don't care. You know how good you are. You feel me?
Thank you.
All right, you take care. For sure. How you get out?
You guys know
You
that
so funny. You think something so funny right now, Kayla. It's what's funny. What is so funny?
never a dull moment with Mr. Copeland.
What's so funny?
Okay, so now why did you? So everyone should love me now.
Well, I don't see nothing where you did nothing wrong. I just feel like you just been stuck. But don't forget, it's still an open case. Okay? Be serious.
All right.
Was it changed?
Well, we do have some people that hate me, guys, whether you believe it or not. I'm gonna say, okay, we'll talk about what's missing from the transcript. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. As far as that goes, I do not honestly think that anything is missing that is pertinent from the transcript. And when I say that,
Did you read it?
I don't necessarily think anything is missing. I think that we went off the record at a certain point and that stuff was cut off, but I don't think it was anything that would have changed the outcome.
Nah, but have you read it? Did you read it before? And did you read it after? That's the only way you can answer this question. Did you read it? Did you read the transcript? And the transcript is not short. So can't just say anything, Kayla. Kayla, if you haven't seen it, read it. If you haven't read it, if you didn't read it, don't say anything, okay? Let's do it that way. I believe it was a change.
Of what has happened. What things that were said that were off the transcript, they were very, 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 very minute. There was nothing from the judge that was said off the record, and there was, honestly, there was nothing from. There were just some like kiki conversations, but for the most part, I believe all of the information contained in the transcript did what it was supposed to do. Up until this day,
Well, what you mean by that?
I believe there have been several. Well, when you say why off the record is because we just went off the record. It's just like, say a hearing was over and the judge says, okay, now we're off the record, and then I say something to someone else in the courtroom. Whatever I say then won't be on the record, but doesn't mean it wasn't said, and it doesn't mean that it wasn't important. But you know, what is Sadie doing? Sadie, hold on. Let's get how I invite you. What they got to say about you? Why they don't like you?
I want to get to the business. I want to be serious about
get
this.
clients from social media who I was there for.
I
And
want to get
I'm gonna
serious about
stay
this.
until the end of Monday to make sure,
Uh,
like I told you guys, I this is probably my like third or fourth day on YouTube. So I didn't know this was happening. It took for, somebody to sit down with me and show me that the world was talking about me. I honestly didn't know. And Kat had. So what did I say to the two ladies on the court in the courtroom? So I'll talk about this. So pretty much, and I'll talk about the immunity too. I'm writing down everything that you guys want to talk about. So when let's just do a little backtracking. So usually when a client is excused from the courtroom, that means that the attorney is excused as well. So on Monday when I showed up, and I'll be honest with you guys, had I was already discharged. I was already fired when we came into that courtroom. But I told everybody, and I told Woody, I'm going to stay until the end of Monday to make sure that you are released from custody. Even though you discharged me. And so you guys saw it way after I had already been fired. And like I said, that was at the direction of Attorney Melnick, who I was there for. If he chose to testify, it was my duty to then be discharged. And so that's what happened. But as an officer of the court and with my prior representation of Mr. Copeland, I wasn't going to just leave him there and throw him to the wolves. So I stayed.
so my thing is, if you was fired and you was discharged, and Woody just sat there and said that he fired you, why you thought it was need for you to stay? It's still, I mean, what were you getting out of staying if you didn't, you already been discharged and you already been fired? Why did you stay? And it's not by the fact of throwing them to the wolves. This is serious. Because you end up leaving anyway. This don't make no sense. This is, some still ain't right.
He was discharged. I mean, he was excused at around 5:59 or sometime. So that's when I left the court as well. However, we know there was that whole additional part about with Ashley Merchant, who did an amazing job. And after that's over, we hear Glanville say, "Where is Caleb Bumpus?" And I am watching on live like, "Oh my God, why is he looking for me? What's going on?" And so, pretty much, I was then told that I needed to come back on Tuesday. When I get
I
back,
don't understand why they fight. See, why did they put her in that situation like that? Why did they fire her? And why did, okay, would it fire her? She was discharged. And then they wanted her to come back. They wanted her to come back. Girl, they were going to mess you up. I'm sorry.
on Tuesday, as you guys know who was in that meeting, and everybody, you read the transcript, and I say my favorite part is who, me? Because it was never any indication that I would have to stay past Monday. So, in efforts, because everybody was trying to tell Judge Lando, you can't keep her, you can't keep her, you can't keep her. And once that didn't work, Woody came to my rescue like, okay, if you not gonna let her go, I'ma fire her. You fired.
See, really, Woody did her a favor. Because they wasn't going to let her go. Okay? And I felt sorry for Kayla. Though. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This girl was stressed out. She was stressed out in this situation right here. And Woody firing her, he told her, I don't want her to, I don't want her to be with me, but the judge wanted her. Somebody has to be there with him. But I can understand where the judge do want somebody there with Woody. Cause Melnick didn't do her right. Y'all, I never seen nothing like welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta, okay? Wow. Our courtroom are not ran like this, y'all, to be honest with you.
Okay? And so that's really how that went. And I say a lot of people who were paying attention or who saw, and I think maybe Miss Sylvia saw, but a lot of people saw when I even say to him, thank you so much. A lot of people I've seen have saw that I said that to him. Because
You shouldn't have never said that, though. You shouldn't have, Kayla. You come on, be professional with this. You never should have said, thank you so much. It's like, thank you so much for getting me out of this mess.
he not done that, I probably would have had to stay for 10 days.
Yeah.
All for the trial to be paused anyway.
Oh, but to answer the question, I go to Simone and Adrian because they were in the room when he fires me. Also, another thing we talked about is that there are rules of ethics that attorneys have to go by. And one of those rules is that if you know somebody is lying, you cannot assist them in lying on the stand. Everybody read the transcript.
What? What you say? Let me take that back a little bit. What you say? Who was lying? I take it back a little bit, y'all. Because the little statement that she said, maybe I want to make sure I understand.
Past conduct. So, in efforts, because everybody was trying to tell Judge Baba, you can't keep her, you can't keep her, you can't keep her. And once that didn't work, Woody came to my rescue like, okay, if you not gonna let her go, I'ma fire her. You fired, okay? And so that's really how that went. And I say a lot of people who were paying attention or who saw, and I think maybe Miss Sylvia saw, but a lot of people saw when I even say to him, thank you so much. A lot of people I've seen have saw that I said that to him. Because had he not done that, I probably would have had to stay for 10 days.
All for the trial to be paused anyway.
Oh, but to answer the question, I go to Simone and Adrian because they were in the room when he fires me. Also, another thing we talked about is that there are rules of ethics that attorneys have to go by. And one of those rules is that if you know somebody is lying,
If you know somebody is lying, so I want to know who was lying. If you know somebody is lying,
cannot assist them in lying on the stand.
you cannot assist him in lying on the stand. So, Woody was lying. What was he lying about? Wish my aunt was still living. She was an attorney. I could ask her a lot of questions.
Stand. Everybody read the transcript. There were multiple times when Mr. Copeland insinuates and directly says, I'm going to lie. I am a liar. And in order to
Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. You knew he was gonna say that. That's Kenneth Copeland. He told him, and just know what he said. That's they not he's not gonna cooperate with the state for nothing. And he was for real. He was gonna lie. He told him he was gonna lie, and he's a liar. And she called herself trying to protect him. But listen, y'all, it still didn't help.
protect my bar card, I told him, hey, just fire me so you can testify to however you want to testify. And I can protect myself as well. And that is what I was telling
about your colleagues, but I feel like they didn't want to give a hint in open court that one of the reasons you should be able to go is because you knew that this witness may be lying on the stand. They didn't want that to be.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't think so. Nah, they already knew what was going on, honey. They already knew what was going on. State already knew what was going on. They weren't trying to protect her or nothing like that. Woody needed somebody there with him, and I can feel Kayla. She really, so she don't. She got her situation was so. Oh, I just felt well.
But at the same time, once it clicked for them that they could say, well, he's purged his contempt, and that's all she was representing Copeland for. So, especially if she's fired anyway, she has no reason to be here anymore. So they finally realized they had a reason that they could back you up with wanting to go without coming out and saying.
Child, they wasn't trying to. Why is you taking up for that? They wasn't trying to. State was not trying to back her up. Nobody was trying to back her up. Don't even try that. They weren't trying to back her up. They was taking advantage of Kayla. They were trying to take advantage of Kayla because they already found her sweet, nice spot.
She should be able to go because her witness, the client, might actually want to lie on the stand, which would be bad for us. So I think they were just struggling trying to come up with the correct reason to make their argument.
Is Lee in here? I dropped the chat so he can get on. Let's see.
Yes.
The chat's moving so fast. I'm scrolling up.
Oh, you got to watch yourself, Kayla.
So you're not going to see me. I'm not the type of person to throw someone under the bus because it's not fair. You don't know what someone is going through, and I don't think it's fair. But like I said, I worked in the DA's office almost 7 years ago. People change. So I don't know 2024 Adrian. I'm talking about 2017, 2016 Adrian. So I really can't speak to what's happening now.
So my only experience is watching the trial, and in that constraint, I dislike Adrian Love. So
and in that constraint, she's not my favorite person either. But I also can talk from the perspective of people seeing me in the courtroom, and the initial reaction was, she's so nasty. Look at her face. But nobody really knew what I had been going through those past 2 days.
I feel that, and I saw.
Well, you an attorney. I'm not gonna feel sorry for no attorney, but you can't be personal when it's a job need to be done and stuck with the job. So there ain't no. I'm sorry. I feel sorry. I'm thinking about Woody. I'm not even thinking about y'all attorney. Y'all gonna get paid regardless. Woody not getting paid. He's not getting paid. Okay, either his life or jail. So his life is the most. I'm not even worried about the attorneys. I wasn't worried. I'm just concerned about somebody representing Woody, and Woody did need somebody to represent him. And I think that he shouldn't have been on stand. They said he wasn't testifying, but that's what he was doing without an attorney, and that was kind of upsetting to me.
Really undue criticism, like judgment, but I also saw a ton of love. So I hope you realize that even when it was happening, people were like, "Yes, go girl in the green shirt," like because they know they're like, "What's her name? What's her name?" But they knew you were the one in the green.
Right, and so
she wore that big green shirt on. She wore that big green shirt on. That's his attorney. Y'all attorney sound like, to me, it seemed like y'all want attention. This is not about the attorney at the time. This is about those clients in there, about the YSL. It's not YSL. It's not about the attorneys. You know what I mean? It's not y'all attention. Y'all want it. I mean, the attention not supposed to be on y'all.
I tell people all the time. Then Tuesday, all I had was
Always supposed to stay professional because you never know what could happen.
So self-conscious because I normally don't go to court like that. I always go with a jacket and a suit, but I was not supposed to be there. And then everybody ended up loving the outfit, and I was so shocked because I hated it.
You just gotta rock it. But at the same time, you know, was it the same day that Love was wearing green, or was it the next day that there was like a lot of color coordination going on? I think it was a different day that Love was wearing green. It was like back-to-back days.
I do remember. Somebody said she got on purple nails and green out. She just wake up any kind of.
Who noticed the nail color?
Thank you. Ain't nobody looking at the attorneys like that. Y'all, we talking about these boys' life. We talking about these boys' life, and everybody else is for themselves. Come on.
But you know,
I don't notice that stuff.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My opinion of her has changed very, very much. You know, especially after watching that open. It's just terrible. Like, what's going on?
Well, that's rough because we didn't. So what Kayla's referring to, we started rewatching the opening statements the other day, and we only got like 30 minutes in before Brian Steele calls for a mistrial in
No, 2
opening
minutes
statement.
in. The first one. Can you play it? Can you put it up?
The jungle? Yeah, let me pull it up.
Okay, guys.
Give me a second to find it because I don't remember.
We are going to watch the opening statement. And like I said, you guys have to bear with me because I did not follow this trial. I did not follow this trial because I'm always in the courtroom. A lot of times I'm in courtroom, I think they're in 1D or 1C, and a lot of times I'm right next door in 1D. So, sometimes I'll drop in and drop out or whatever. But I had not been following this trial, and initially I'm going to tell you guys to be honest, I apologize to so many people because I thought that these guys were getting a fair trial. And like I said, I had these opinions of...
Nah, well, we know you weren't watching the trial then. Cause no, they're not having a fair trial, honey. No. You couldn't have thought that if you haven't been keeping up with it. No.
Everybody in the courtroom. I had this opinion of Glanville, I had this opinion of Simone, I had this opinion of Adrian. But after I became involved and I have gone back and I have watched things, I have called people to apologize because the things that have happened in this courtroom are beyond unfair. And rights have beyond been violated. Not just myself, but others.
But we've been saying that from the beginning, Kayla. When we've been watching this trial for 100 days, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we already knew a lot of things were going wrong in that courtroom. We knew that from the beginning. And I've been following the trial for 100 days since they started, and a lot of things was going on in that courtroom that was violated. And I'm glad that you saw it, and that was your first day. Ain't that something?
Sometimes you just expect everyone to be fair.
Right.
And you expect...
But they not like that in the court. Everybody not going to be fair because you got people who are against the state. Is not a representative. What is supposed to be helping the state? That's what the state. But the state stuck him in a situation. It's a scary situation. So they I knew that wasn't gonna work out. I knew things weren't gonna work out.
They normally go, but when cameras are rolling,
right,
things are different.
Right. So she said, "Thank you, Kayla," because I knew when I mentioned that in one of my commentaries. I said, "Oh, everybody for that camera, everybody talking different, everybody doing this," but when that camera went off, all the attitude and the blasting and everything was going off. That's what Mr. Bryant kept saying. Still a lot in one thing and she do the other thing. It was a lot when that camera stopped rolling. I seen it in the judge. I saw it in the recorder. Right. Kayla, you probably the honest person walked in that courtroom. You're probably the honest person that walked inside of that courtroom that really wanted to bag up out that mess. And you felt sorry for Woody because he was stuck in a bag of mess.
Can you see my screen share?
Nah, you know we can't
Not
see
yet.
it.
Let me see if it's something I can do. No, we can't see your screen. Wait. Here we go. Yes, we can.
Okay. Alrighty. So this is cutting right. It's gonna skip the part where she's like, "Thanks, jury. You've sat here. You've been so honest." She's done choosing the jury in her opening statement, but this is the first thing she says.
Now, this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
What is you talking about?
Thank you so much, ladies, for being patient. Thank
I
you so
want to
much
say,
for being.
I see somebody just said, "What the F is she talking about?"
Yeah.
I want to know.
Thank
Guys,
you.
this is from Rudyard.
Thank you, Kayla. I don't know what all of that Miss Love just said. She should just kept it in her mouth because what she just said didn't even make no sense. What wolf? What is you talking about? Talk right, talk straight, keep it real. Cause they don't even know what you talking about. They think that you got that out of a Jungle Book, a verse out the Jungle Book. She could have kept that to my being
Kipling, The Jungle Book.
Thank you.
Jackie is giving small for sure. Whoever said that. That's the first thing I noticed. Like, I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but I'm a clothes girl, and the first thing I said is look at the wrist.
Whoa! Did y'all hear again? Listen to Kayla. Kayla said, "Look at the witch." Okay. Now, why couldn't we just use the Wizard of Oz? What about that? You got the lion, you got the tiger, you got Tin Man, you got the witch, you got everybody. Why we can't use that? Why the Jungle Book? Jungle Book. I like the jungle. I like the book. I like the Jungle Book. I like the animals.
Then we got the Jungle quote.
Oh yeah. So that was like 10 different terms that have been tacked to Rudyard Kipling. And this is her opening statement for the YSL trial. So,
This opening statement, y'all, for the white is a Rico. And then the court did turn into a jungle. So she was warning y'all what was going to happen.
This very lengthy process that preceded this point here today during the voir dire process. I appreciate you all being here, exercising your civic duty, and honoring your obligation to pay close attention to what's going on in this courtroom for the next several however many weeks. Some people like to say that opening statements are a roadmap to what the trial will show. Instead, I'm going to give you an overview, a bird's eye view.
Look at the recorder.
we're already tired of it.
Look, y'all, look at the recorder and look at the judge. Look how they recording that Miss Love. Like water. Woman, what you got me over here typing? Oh, this is crazy.
We're already tired of it.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pull the transcript up and let us ask her?
Thank you, Kayla. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Kayla. Let's talk.
You know, my first time seeing this was on Saturday, and it was so shocking to me. Like,
I done did the first time, to be honest with y'all. This was the first time I ever saw the transcript. Not the transcript, the opening argument. That was the first time I seen this, y'all. Okay, y'all, here go the
Alright,
transcript.
It's searchable, so if you need me to search a word and go to it, I can. And yeah, let's talk about that roadmap, because one of the things I think is so interesting about this trial is there's barely any coverage of the day-to-day details. Yeah, you can go to Cuff Boys and he sums up the whole day, everything that happens, and he does a great job. If you guys want to catch up from day one of this trial, Cuff Boys is the best channel to go and do that from, because he condenses 8 hours down into 15 to 30 minutes every single day. But the news, the media, there's no mainstream media outlets that are covering the stories that are coming out of this case, because it just goes on and on. There is no roadmap. There is no story. The jury can't know what's going on, even if they're trying to pay attention.
That's right.
Do you guys, like, we know about the
And
Torma shooting.
if we were talking about the jury, that the jury didn't know what was going on. Let me skip this a little bit. We just imagine how they could have been feeling at this time. Let's go through this, cause she just talking. She ain't talking about nothing. Let's get to the bids and honey.
Something to do with my alma mater, because Georgia State loves Southern Day
All right, y'all. Let's get business.
going on. Like they said, it was a situation where I just kind of got in there and it happened. So it wasn't until after asking questions that I actually understood that this was not a deal between Mr. Copeland and the state. This was a forced immunity that was given to him the day he was supposed to testify. And it was also.
And you right, Kayla. They just gave this information to this young man that day, that morning when he's supposed to have been testifying. How they this all of this happened quick. That is what the man said to me in an email. I can pull it up. He said, but you don't believe that? Okay, y'all, this is a little conversation they having right here. Do you think that he's fearful of testifying for other reasons, like for his personal safety? Right. Miss Bumpus taking up for him. And Miss Love said that is what Mr. Melnick said to me in an email. I can pull it up. He said, and Miss Bumpus said, but you don't believe that. But you don't believe that. Then Miss Love said, you are going to get him killed. Oh my God. That's what he said. We ain't gonna kill him. Oh my goodness. Man.
And I know that he had not had an opportunity to speak with Attorney Melnick about this. That it just happened so fast.
That's right.
He was put in jail over the weekend. And it was a situation where I'm like, hey, I even say in here, he don't want that. He doesn't want it. And he also says, right, I don't want it. Once I realized they are giving him this type of immunity, because what you guys have to understand is that the state, once the state, and there's nothing the judge or the defense can do, once they offer you immunity, it's like, hey, here you go. You can't give it back. And then it snatches away your right to plead the fifth. So now you're stuck between, hey, if I plead the fifth, I'm going to jail. But if I take immunity, I have to get up here and go through this.
And Miss Love wanted that boy locked up. That boy, she wanted him, she was going to have him locked up to the end of the trial, y'all. And that trial ain't going to end until next year. So don't think that the trial going to end this year. No, it's going to be next year. All right? No. And said, I done did longer time. See, Woody is Woody don't really. Allegedly, Woody does have a life, but like he said, he done longer time. So they let him sit in there. He used to sit in there. He probably wanted to sit in there and keep him open up his mouth. And Miss Hilton, all right, Mr. Copeland, I'm telling you, you are literally immune from prosecution from anything else you may say. He was been threatened, man. Pope Woody.
And rigorous cross-examination and, direct examination. And that's kind of what people don't understand when, they're saying, well, how come he Kayla didn't keep it. Well, it was me telling him, hey, look, this is your decision. However you decide, I'm with you. If you decide you want to plead the fifth, and then we work through those issues and see what we can do, then hey, I'm here with you for that. But if you
See, Miss Hilton didn't want him locked up. The reason why I said Miss Hilton didn't want him locked up, Miss Hilton has to go along with the prosecution team. That's the part. That's where her money is over there on that side, okay? But she don't want him in custody at the same time. But when she got to follow her colleagues, that's the different things. And they want him to purge himself. They want him to do a lot of things, words that they don't use on the streets. So that's why he needed an attorney. And I'm glad for Brian Steele to stand up for him also, as well as Kayla. Let me skip a little bit.
Signed off on everything that was brought to her. Hey, this is the agreement we're looking for. But she said it's pretty ridiculous.
No, let me see. See, you said Mr. Matt last week. I'm not sure what your concern are, what concern that you expressed to Mr. Matt last week. But if any of your concerns deal with being locked up for anything, you can't. You can't. Like, there's nothing that can happen. The feds. It's Bumpus. Well, that's not, and then he'll not his concern. Miss Hilton, if his concern is safety, we need to know that. Like, that's not expressed. So we don't know what the concern is, that what we could try to resolve the concern. See, Ms. Bumpus say kind of like help Woody out, y'all. I'm just going to be honest with you.
And even that, like I tell people, like, even when this started to unfold, I was immediately nervous as to how Ashley Merchant gets up and she says, and she explains the law to Judge Glanville, and he pretty much says, yeah, I hear you, but I'm still going to sentence him to these 20 days unless he tells me who told him. And it's just even more ironic that he never finds out who told him, and he drops the issue and has me in fear for 2 weeks for no reason.
Yeah, and you flew back out, didn't you? I mean, maybe you had other stuff to do anyway.
Yeah, I flew. Yeah, and so I come back, and it's not till the night before that I can expose. And also, I want people to understand that even though even Judge Glanville says he has no interest in pursuing the matter anymore, my motion to quash is still outstanding. And the new judge, Judge Cross, who has been assigned to hear the motion to recuse, has put out an order that the state has to provide a written response to my motion. So there's still a possibility that, someone could hear or see something that I'm doing and believe that, hey, what really happened? And then I'm back in a precarious situation. I don't think I've done anything. I know I have to practice, and your reputation is at the hand of another person. You have to humble yourself. And
young men in the courtroom didn't have nobody back them up but Brian Steele and those other attorneys. If it wasn't for them, no telling where we'll be at in this courtroom. Everybody worrying about their bar license and these boys going to spend their life in jail. You know what I mean? Even Mr. Steele had to go to jail. I never seen nothing like this Atlanta jail courthouse. Let me skip it a little bit, y'all. I've just felt sorry for Kayla. I'm sorry. To be honest with you, I really did. And I hate that Kayla had to report Kayla, your godson, and Young Thug being related. What? Kayla. Oh my God. I got to play this.
I think it's at the top. Was it 2000? I think it said 2015.
That long paragraph where they were, not long paragraphs where they were describing it.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes. See, she said, and then she goes on to quote the statute of limitations. The federal statute of limitations is 5 years.
I want to say something about this when you're done. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, 5 years. And then the statute of limitation for anything statewide is 4 years. If he's completely immune, he has immunity, then why are you saying that he cannot be prosecuted because of the statute of limitations? So clearly, her immunity doesn't cover as
Send the
much as
cash
she
out.
led on to put.
Oh, they talking about sending the cash out loud. Man, they pimping y'all. Woo. Jesus.
Yeah, and like I said, with that, a lot of people are asking, and then I'm gonna get to this question, but a lot of people are asking, how come I didn't say anything? And so, my position there was, I'm not going to get into an argument and making a record that's clouded with Simone or Adrian or anyone. But there were several off the record moments where I discussed, hey, this is what they're saying, this is what's true, this is what's not true, what you want to do. And that is my role as a lawyer. My role is not to say, hey, stop giving my client legal advice, because she can do whatever she wants to do. It's just a matter of, okay, once they got the room, now it's me and you. And I can give you the real.
But be honest with you, y'all. I watch. I was there. Y'all know I'm there at the trial. Y'all know I'm watching it. Y'all know I recorded it, right? Period. Okay, so I could go back and look at it, so me and my people can talk about it. I didn't know what the heck was going on in that courtroom when I saw Kayla Bumpus had her head down, kept talking to Miss Hilton, and it, I didn't know what was going on. It seemed like it seemed like you walked away from. This is the way they had us. The way that it was recorded, as if that you walked away from Woody, and Woody didn't have nobody to represent him. It seemed like Woody got set up. That's what Woody got set up in front of everyone. But that's where it looked. Okay.
Doesn't need to be on the transcript because that's between me and my client.
Yeah.
I agree.
And just to this question, I honestly, this is what's most alarming to me is that, when I go back and I look at these replays, it just seems like, she's, Love is just like making all these faces and writing all these notes and just doing all this
Yes.
stuff. And it seems like it is off. Something is wrong.
I said, you know what, Kayla? And I hope you're looking at this. I said the same thing, exactly what this young lady said. I said, what is wrong with this lady tune her face and turn it writing these notes like a little kid in school, like the teacher tell you not to pass the note, but you're passing the note in front of the teacher. It's like, why is she doing it? What is wrong with her? Why every time Miss Hilton speak, then she pass her a note? It's just a trip. I feel you, Kayla. Poor Kayla.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. When they were fighting over the microphone, I was laughing so hard. Like, that was just so funny to me. And I didn't realize it until Cuff Boys clipped it. He made a little timestamp in one of his videos just for this microphone fight. It was so funny.
And y'all,
So fake.
I don't think people realize, I texted to you, I don't think people realize how much stress I was under after that meeting. I don't think people realize we were in there for 2 hours. And I was under as just as much stress and pressure as Woody. Just as much. Just as much.
Was you in? Was you under stress with Woody because you knew Woody and you knew the people and you knew YSL? You knew that about the street, what may happen in the street, what may happen to you. Why do you feel that way? Okay. I mean, they ain't asking you no question. They said, Kayla, your godson and Young Thug being related, true or no? If he's not, why not? Just say no, Kayla.
Well, he
So,
said it too. He was like, I'm just done with it. Hold on, let me open this picture in a separate window.
who says this? This is my baby, y'all. That's Noah, y'all. Look at him.
Oh yeah, he is.
And yeah, that's why he'll tell you he's handsome too.
So they ask
Some
you a
of these like questions that people do have in the speculation, it's just like, if some theory, some conspiracy theory is true, does that make this ex parte meeting okay? No. Like,
Right. What
no
does it have
matter
to do
what
with
other thing we
anything?
tack on to anything. Oh, Kayla's sitting somewhere in the courtroom. Should she be sitting over here instead? Well, does that change the ex parte meeting? Having, Brady issues, Giglio issues, of someone trying to prod or nudge at him to give them what they wanted him to deliver on the stand. Because it seems like he wasn't able to get in touch with Melnick maybe that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever.
Okay, let me see what else I want to show.
Not tell the deputies to turn off their body cams, but that was something that they did, I guess, do amongst themselves. The very first thing they did when they came in was turn off their body cams, but I think that was in the interest of protecting attorney-client privileged information, because what you got to understand is the deputies could not leave, even when it was just me and Woody in the room. But that per se did not destroy attorney-client
Hold
privilege.
up, hold up, hold up. Let me see
So
what
that
she said about the attorney, about the sheriff. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I got to hear this part right here. Let me hear this part.
What they wanted him to deliver on the stand. Because it seems like he wasn't able to get in touch with Melnick maybe that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. And then all weekend, he wasn't able to use a phone while he was locked up. So I'm sure I would be relieved Monday morning. Honestly, not even just you, but anyone that wasn't just on the state side. And I include, when I say that, I mean Judge Glanville included. Like,
yeah, so I mean, I just think that this, even though there will be an opportunity for Woody and me after all this is over, because yeah, there are some things that people say that you're not saying that you're not. I have to protect him still. Yet he even though he's not my client, attorney-client privilege does not end just because he fired me. There are still things that I have to protect, whether that's things he told me or things that I know not to say to protect him. And just besides that, like I told you guys previously in a live, I can probably count on my hands of the thousands of clients I've had in the 8 years who can't just call me and say, "Hey, I had a baby. Hey, it's my daughter's birthday. Hey, it's this. It's this." I have real relationships and real friendships with my clients that my interest is to protect them always.
Come on, Kayla. You can't be personal. You can't mix y'all personal. Whatever you got personal going on with what is going on in this case. You gotta be careful what you go. Only thing I just hope that you just be careful what you say about this case. For your behalf. And this is what I want to hear. That's why take it back. I want to hear this. I want to hear her say.
Yeah, I agree. And in some instances, attorney-client privilege.
I I guess, do amongst themselves. The very first thing they did when they came in was turn off their body cameras in the interest
At the
of
expert, she said that when they came in the room, I think they turned out their body cam, and they had to turn out their body cam uh, because I don't even think they had to turn it off. I'm not sure, but it was a secret party anyway. So
protecting attorney-client privileged information, because what you got to understand is the deputies could not leave, even when it was just me and Woody in the room. But that per se did not destroy attorney-client privilege because he was in custody. So that changes the dynamic a little bit.
I bet you somebody had their camera on. I bet you somebody had the camera on.
I don't know what the security interest was. Okay, guys, you got any more questions?
They asked you the questions right there.
Kat, you see anything else worth discussing?
I feel like someone's gonna ask you one more time if those transcripts were altered, redacted, missing things.
No, somebody said.
They avoid. They avoiding some of y'all questions. Maybe they can't answer y'all.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Talk about. Kat, do you have the timeline? Can we talk about the judicial notice that he took? I would love to review that.
What documents do I have? The active part where Woody was there was like 17 minutes total. 10:03, but then they stop at 10:17, so 14 minutes later, and then he's talking to you all the way from 10:17 until 11:28, so for over an hour. So his timestamps made it seem like the active part where Woody was there was like 17 minutes total. That was the whole ex parte meeting.
Yeah, and it all. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to take judicial notice of the following timeline. On Friday, June the 7th, 2024, Mr. Kenneth Copeland was granted immunity from prosecution pursuant to 24-5-507A, and that'll be marked as Courts 2. So the transfer will be Court 1. His immunity agreement, Mr. Copeland's, will be Court 2.
I wonder what the judge is thinking while he reading it, y'all. I really do. What's on his mind, And he know what's going on. He know what's going on. And he trying to read like
Copeland, who was represented by Mr. Jonathan Melnick and advised of his rights and obligations. During the proceedings on Friday, June the 7th, which will be marked as Courts 3, the transcript of those proceedings, Mr. Copeland invoked his Fifth Amendment privilege and was held in contempt, and that will be Courts 4, Mr. Copeland's order of contempt. Mr. Melnick informed the court that he was not going to be in attendance of any further proceedings, as he would be on leave effective 10 June of 2024. The court informed Mr. Melnick that his leave, or I had discussions with him that his leave was not proper and that he needed to be in attendance on Monday, June the 10th of 2024 with Mr. Copeland.
Yeah, but he wasn't there on Monday. Y'all stuck Caleb.
Melnick relayed that attorney Caleb Bumpus would be representing Mr. Copeland. On Monday, June the 10th, before court, Mr. Edward Chamberlain, the court's litigation manager, informed the court that the state wished to have an ex parte meeting with the court. No subject matter of the ex parte meeting was told. The entirety of the ex parte hearing held on the 10th of June of 2024 was taken down by Ms. Christina Weaver, the court's official court reporter. This ex parte hearing was held in chambers starting at 9:10 a.m. Present along with the court were Ms. Kayla Bumpus, attorney or ADA Ms. Adrian Love. Also present were the DA's investigators, Mr. Long and Mr. Hamilton. The ex parte hearing stood in recess from 9:34 to 10:03 a.m. to await Mr. Copeland's arrival. The ex parte hearing resumed with Mr. Copeland present at 10:03 a.m. Also present were attorney Bumpus.
Well, y'all, we seen all of this. Y'all already seen all this because we put it on my channel. It's on my channel. But I want to say this. Y'all don't be upset with Miss Bumpus, but I think Miss Bumpus was in a situation that they stuck her in. That Melnick stuck her in, which she didn't know that she's going to be there on that Monday. Okay? And I think that Kayla did a good job. I didn't even know she was in the courtroom, to be honest with you, because we never did see her. But anything else y'all got to say, put it down in the chat. I think y'all. Look at Truth. Now you want to come in. Now you want to come in. But I appreciate y'all being here. I just wanted this. I came here to get my now I want to come back to down at the bottom of the chat. The real, can you, when I'm doing my presentation, can you please come in being respectful and not talking about my StreamYard? I have had StreamYard for 2 years. So let's not talk about that when I'm talking about my commentary. That's not important to me. What I speak on is what is important to me. I'm talking to you for real, the real. Please don't do that, okay? When you came into the chat, okay? Let's be professional over here, okay? See what you... See, I'm going to have to block you. Or either put you in timeout. Because, see, you said you just disrespected her. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put you in timeout. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in timeout. I'm going to put him in timeout for 30 minutes because he was being... yes, true. See, I don't have... First of all, I don't have kids on my channel. And I put him in timeout for 30 minutes because what we do over here on the channel is respect one another, y'all. This is an adult channel, 18 and up. And we are so into, we've been following this case for 100 days, and that's a long time. That's a long time. I've been recording and doing my commentary on the case. And I'm a good listener. I don't have time. I don't like, I'm glad my chat is not that big because I like to listen. And I think that they stuck Kayla. I'm going to be honest with you. Let me put it back on Kayla. The young lady right here.
Hey guys.
I'm glad that she wasn't the attorney that, the kind of attorney that, I'm glad that she was being nice to fill in, but I'm in a way, Melnick, if he wasn't going to be able to represent Woody, Kenneth Copeland, I don't even think he should even start. He shouldn't even touch the case anyway. Dealing with him, hey baby, how you doing? And so Kayla did what she had to do, But I hope Woody is smart, y'all. Street smart. Whereas most of the people are educational smart instead of both of them. And this, uh, I knew something was going on with this case. I knew it was. I knew it was going to end up messy. Now, now they trying to think about what they going to do with the case. Are they going to move the case? No. I think even if they move the case, even if they move the case, as long as they get fair judge and the prosecutors, fair prosecutors. I don't. They need to get rid of the whole step except for Miss Hilton. Miss Hilton need to stay with the state. And then I think that if they're gonna get somebody, only thing I didn't understand about the RICO is if this a RICO, why are they using the people who in the RICO for witnesses? I'm looking at some. That's what I couldn't understand about this case. I didn't understand why everything is a mess. Only people, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Every last one of those attorneys over there with YSL, thank God for having them. If they was the kind of attorney that didn't care, they wouldn't even have a fair trial. They are blessed with those attorneys that they have. All of them boys probably would have been in jail for the rest of their life. Now, just like any other case, if you don't have a possible probable cause, it's a lot going on in this RICO. This RICO not even halfway finished, y'all. Like I said, we'll be um, finishing up next year. It won't be this year. It'll be finishing up next year. So I will forever record this uh, trial as long as I'm on this case, and I've been on this case for 100 days, and I'm paying attention to the attorneys, I'm paying attention to the judge, I'm paying attention to the state, I'm paying attention to the cameraman, I'm paying attention to the witnesses, the police officer. We haven't seen the jury, but I can imagine what the jury is thinking at this time. I can imagine. But all I got to say, this is a serious case. It's not about the attorney. It's not about their smile, because they getting paid. And them boys not. Okay? I love y'all. I'm about to go. I got to go to work tomorrow, honey. Y'all pray for me. But I don't have to be to 10 o'clock, so I get some sleep. But appreciate everybody being here. I love y'all, and I'm out of here, okay? And your commentary, your comment about this, what happened tonight, not what I said, your own opinion. But when you come in, when you put something down, put it down there professional. I don't want to hear nothing about your personal uh, feeling. Keep your personal feeling to yourself. And the only thing we want to do is be considerate about what's going on in the content. Okay, I'm out of here.